I am speaking today, not for sympathy, not for pity, but for truth. Listen without judgment. Stay until ending, because this matters more than views, more than numbers, more than algorithms. I opened something fragile, hidden behind smiles, hidden behind jokes, hidden behind strength. I opened my heart, with shaking hands, with honest fear, with quiet courage. I have lived silently, inside loud chaos, inside constant noise, inside my thoughts. My mind battles, even when resting, even when laughing, even when winning. This is confession, not a performance, not a script, not manipulation. This is real, raw and trembling, unfiltered and exposed, finally spoken aloud. Mental illness exists inside my story, inside my days, inside my nights. It wakes with me, sleeps beside me, follows everywhere, never asking permission. Some days clarity, some days confusion, some days strength, some days collapse. I fight invisible wars with visible consequences, with unseen bruises, with silent screams. You cannot see what breaks me. You cannot hear my inner storms, but they rage like hurricanes, inside calm faces, inside polite conversations. I learned pretending early, smiling convincingly, often performing normalcy, daily, hiding pain expertly. Applause fooled everyone, even fooled myself, until nights came and masks shattered. At night, thoughts become louder monsters. They replay memories, rewrite realities cruelly. Every mistake magnified, every fear amplified, every hope questioned, every dream doubted. I ask myself, why am I like this inside, like this broken? Then shame answers, with poisonous whispers, telling me lies, calling me weak. Weakness is myth. I continue speaking, not because healed, but because honest. Silence already failed. Part 2 begins, where fear lingered, where courage paused, where truth waited. If part 1 opened the wound, this part cleans. Even when stinging, mental illness stayed. After confessions spoken, after tears dried, after applause faded, because reality continues. After cameras stop, after words end, after listeners scroll, some people vanished. When story deepened, when pain persisted, when drama faded, they liked inspiration, not ongoing struggle. They wanted strength, not recurring weakness. That hurt deeply, but taught something. Not everyone stays. During long storms, mental illness tests every relationship slowly, not through explosions, but through erosion. Cancelled plans again, low energy again, sadness without reason, silence without warning. People misunderstand patterns, call them excuses, call them laziness, call them attitude. I internalized labels until self-hatred bloomed, until guilt dominated, until shame commanded. I asked myself, am I burden? Am I problem? Am I unlovable? These thoughts repeat, like broken recordings, scratching same questions, deep into nights. I tried harder to prove value, to prove usefulness, to prove worth. Overgiving returned, self-neglect returned too. Burnout circled back, collapse followed quietly. Mental illness cycles, not straight lines. Recovery spirals, with setbacks included. Some mornings hopeful, sunlight feels gentle, breath feels lighter, mind feels open. Then suddenly, darkness, without obvious trigger, without clear reason, without visible cause. This confuses others, confuses me too, because logic fails. Chemistry dictates moods. I learned acceptance, not surrender, meaning, but understanding limits. Without self-punishment, some days rest is bravest act. Some days stopping means choosing survival. Productivity, culture screams, push harder always. But illness whispers, slow down please. Ignoring whispers hurt. Listening saved lives, including my own. More than once, there were moments, dangerously close edges, where thoughts suggested ending all pain. I say this carefully, not glorifying darkness, but honoring truth, because honesty matters. Those thoughts terrified, yet also revealed how exhausted I was, how overwhelmed deeply. Reaching out then felt impossible heavy, but silence felt fatal. So I chose message. One text saved, one call grounded, one presence anchored me back safely. That taught me asking help strength, not weakness narrative. Society wrongly teaches mental illness isolates, but connection interrupts, even briefly sometimes. Enough to breathe. I began learning warning signs, recognition, early intervention tools, personal safety plans, writing thoughts down, slowing breath intentionally, grounding senses physically, naming emotions accurately, not cures magically, but small lifelines, during rising tides, before drowning moments. Medication adjustments continued, trial and error process. Side effects frustrating, hope fragile always. Some pills numbed, some sharpened anxiety, some finally balanced. For a while is key, because bodies adapt, brains resist stability, change remains constant. I stopped chasing permanent happiness myth, started seeking steadiness, manageable emotional range. That shift mattered. Reduced disappointment cycles, reduced self-blame patterns, reduced unrealistic expectations. I am not fixed, but functioning better. I am not cured, but coping stronger. I still relapse. I still spiral. I still need support. I still need patience, especially from myself, because inner critic cruel, louder than strangers. Harshest judge living. I practice gentleness. When mind attacks, when energy drops, when motivation disappears, self-talk matters. Words shape reality. Language rewires perception, slowly but surely. Instead of saying, I am broken, I say injured. and injuries heal. Instead of saying, I am useless, I say resting to regain strength. These reframes help, not instantly fully, but incrementally, steadily, over months passing. I grieve losses, lost versions myself, lost opportunities missed, lost years surviving. Grief valid here, even without funerals. Invisible losses count. Pain still registers, but grief coexists with gratitude moments because I survived. When I almost didn't, that survival reshaped how I see life. Small joys amplified, trivial things treasured, warm tea mornings, quiet walks alone, music that understands, safe conversations held. Mental illness narrows, but also deepens. Sensitivity increased sharply. Empathy expanded unexpectedly. I notice suffering in others more because I recognize that distant look. If you're watching, feeling exposed suddenly, feeling understood quietly, this part is you. You are not too much trouble, too broken forever, too late already. You are human, experiencing heavy things. Insensitive brain, during hard world, healing not linear, but still possible. Support exists somewhere, even if unseen. Please stay alive, even through fog, even through pain, even through doubt. Your story unfinished, your impact unknown, your presence irreplaceable, your breath matters. I continue sharing because stigma kill. No rush remains, only shared rhythm. We learn time is not endless, so kindness matters more than being right. I hold cups, you hold memories. Sometimes we switch, sometimes we forget. That forgetting hurts, but love stays. Standing guard gently over fading recall. I married you before memory loss, before repeated questions, before misplaced moments. Now I answer each question softly, as if first time, because love remembers tone. Your eyes search for confirmation daily, and I give certainty without frustration. This is devotion. Nobody applauds publicly, but heaven notices. Quiet endurance daily. I watch you, watch old photos, touching faces gently, asking if they lived. They lived love, because you existed, because you stayed, because you chose consistency. Our children visit with careful smiles, seeing us slower, yet somehow stronger. They don't know how many nights we begged silently for strength to stay. I married you and learned courage does not shout, it whispers stay. Stay when tired, stay when misunderstood, stay when desire fades, stay when applause ends. We stayed, so love matured into something sacred, beyond attraction limits. Your back bends, mine mirrors slowly, not from weakness, but shared gravity. Gravity of years, pulling us inward, toward gratitude, toward essential meaning. We speak less, but understand more. Every sigh translated, every pause respected. I read your face, like weather forecasts, knowing storms approachy. Preparing comfort early. You read mine, knowing frustration brewing, offering silence first, then humor later. This is mastery, earned through repetition, through failure forgiven, through humility practiced. I married you and slowly unlearned romantic fantasies, replacing them with reverence, reverence for aging, reverence for endurance, reverence for loyalty, tested by decline. We don't chase new experiences anymore. We revisit memories and polish them gently. Some memories hurt, others heal softly. Together they form our shared scripture. I kiss your forehead, not with passion, but with gratitude for surviving alongside me. You squeeze my hand like anchoring presence, reminding me still we exist together. Existence becomes precious when time thins, when doctors speak carefully, when nights feel longer. I married you without knowing endings. Now endings approach without fear somehow, because fear fades when love proves it will not abandon, even at final chapters. If I go first, remember this truth: you were cherished every remaining day. If you go first, I will carry your name softly inside daily routines. I will talk to empty rooms like you're listening, because love never leaves. People fear death, but I learned abandonment hurts more than final sleep. You never abandoned, even when tired, even when confused, even when afraid. That consistency built unbreakable trust that outlives bodies, outlasts breath. I married you to learn this. Love is preparation for inevitable goodbye. Yet goodbye feels softer when hello lasted decades, when regret stays minimal, when forgiveness flowed early. We forgave quickly because time punished delays. Resentment wastes energy. We learned that lesson, so we released what didn't matter, keeping only what strengthened us. Hands holding hands through hospital hallways count more than honeymoon pictures. Pictures fade, frames collect dust, but touch imprints deep inside nervous systems. Your touch calms even now, telling my heart